So let's talk dissociation for tango. Dissociation is the ability to dissociate one half of your body, the upper half, from the lower half. This rotation is used in several ways. For followers, you do ochos a lot. That requires dissociation. Our upper body stays with the lead, our lower body is twisting around. Doing molinete is the same thing. We do that in a circular pattern. Leads, doing aggressive moves. While a woman does a molinete around us, we may want to do lapis, okay, and rosques. All of those things will require trunk mobility and the ability to either move top down or down up for that dissociation. So think of it this way. Either the body in tango is moving with a follow, with a lead, where the top is moving first, the bottom follows, top moves first, or the lower half of the body moves first, and then the upper, lower half, upper. So I'm going to give you some exercises for flexibility, and then also some drills, some things to work on so that that dissociation comes very easy for your tango. So let me give you a super easy stretch for trunk rotation, which is what we need for good dissociation. So you can lay on the floor if you want a yoga mat or something underneath you, that's fine. Your knees are bent up and knees are together, feet are together. Not one out from the other, equal. Your palms, you can see my shoulders up off the ground here if my palms are down. Flip your palms up so your shoulders come down. I'll give you a better upper back stretch. If you can, you have the flexibility, you can slide both arms are equidistant to the sides, okay? Not way up here, that's a little bit too much. No higher than 90 degrees, slightly below is perfect. Then with your head facing straight up toward the ceiling, let your knees drop slowly to one side, as far as you can without sharp pain, till you feel a good stretch, and hold for a couple seconds. Knees return. And now my left foot is in the air on top of my right foot as I come to the other side. So as I rotate my knees side to side, the upper leg, that foot, is resting on top of the foot that's on the floor. So if this is uncomfortable, you can bring your feet a little farther away for the rotation. That's okay. You're going to feel it more in your lumbar spine at that point than your upper back. If you can bring your feet a little closer, you'll feel a better stretch. Now, if you can, get all the way down to the floor with your knees, with both shoulders maintaining contact with the ground and no pain whatsoever. You can turn your head to the opposite direction, kind of like wringing a towel for a bigger stretch. So if my knees go right, my head turns left. I hold there a couple seconds. And I'm sure to breathe. Do not hold your breath when you stretch for many reasons. Breathe. The more relaxed you are for a stretch, the more pliable the muscle will become. Do not tense up for a stretch. If this is all you can do, then fine. You hold it there for a couple seconds and let go. So just do about 6 to 10 repetitions for a nice trunk stretch. So before we do the drills in standing, it's always a good idea to start sitting first. So I'm going to have you scoot forward in a chair so that my back is not against the backrest. I'm sitting up tall, sternal lift. This was from my body alignment. And then just cross your arms in front of your body. And do not bring your shoulders forward. Maintain good posture, shoulders at your sides, and just cross your arms. Keep this shape, hips, knees, feet together. And rotate just a little bit to the right with your hips staying still. What you don't want to do is swivel your hips as you're swiveling your upper body. So right now we're practicing moving the top half of our body with the lower half of our body being stable. So start small with your shoulders staying level. Breathe, no holding your breath. And go a little farther without straining. And then keeping your hips still, go as far as you can. to the right. Now to the left. Be careful your shoulders aren't raised. Relax your shoulders. You can lower your arms a little bit. Little rotation, keeping the hips stable. A medium rotation, and my head is just staying in line with my body. And then the biggest rotation you can do without any compensation and without your lower body giving way. So this is an easy thing to do, a small twist, a medium twist, a big twist, a couple times to the right, a couple times to the left, to make sure that your hips and your lower body are being stable. Now let's add the standing portion of this exercise. So as I said before, we either start top down or bottom up when we dissociate. So we're going to put our arms in the same position, and I'm going to put most of my weight on my left leg, keeping the right one barely in contact with the ground. You don't have to maintain balance, but have a very light touch. All my weight is through the left side. I'm going to slightly turn my body to the right, keeping my lower body stable. Then I'm going to lift my heel, and with one unit, my lower body is now facing the direction my upper body is. Top half of the body goes independently. No twisting of the lower body. Lift your heel, pivot. Twisting the upper body, lower body. So I'm not going as far as I can because then you see my hips start to move. I'm just twisting to where I feel all the slack taken up with my muscles, and I'm going to start to strain beyond that. So right where I feel the slack is taken up and I'm going to have to move my hips, I stop right there, move the lower body, and then I just come to face the front. Again, keeping the weight on the left leg, twist the opposite direction without any strain, lift the heel and pivot. So I'm lifting my standing heel to pivot each time. I'm not sliding my foot flat on the floor. I'm lifting the heel slightly to pivot. And then you repeat the same thing the other side. Upper body goes first. I'm standing on my opposite leg, my right leg now. Upper body, pivot. Slowly. The faster you go with this, the easier. And you won't be able to feel what's going on. If you do it fast, there's no control here. So do this exercise slowly and deliberately so you can really feel what's going on. So we move on one leg in one direction clockwise, stay on the same leg, and move the top body counterclockwise to start. Then bottom up. Standing on the left foot, I'm going to move my lower body first. My upper body stays facing front, and then it catches up. Then I move my lower body, upper body. I'm lifting my heel slightly off the floor each time to do this pivot. Then the opposite direction. Lower body, upper, lower, upper, lower. No faster than this. You can go slower than this, but not faster. Then the opposite direction. So we did once clockwise, once counterclockwise. Then we stand on the other leg and same thing. I start clockwise, lower body first. Lower body first. Lower body. And again, I'm not doing maximal because then I'm going to lose control. Very precise. Then the other direction, lower body. Keeping the weight on the right leg. Keep the weight on the right leg. Right leg. So this is a nice drill to do to get you on your legs and to get you truly dissociating without twisting your hips and knees, which is going to cause alignment problems and pain. So those are my instructions for trunk rotation, which is dissociation for Tango. It's best to practice these drills so that when you go to do otros or enrosques or anything that requires your body to rotate top down or down up, that you're not twisting your knees. When your legs twist to get that rotation, that's when injuries occur. And I hear a lot of people complaining of knee and hip pain, and you can see them twisting their legs. So you have all these exercises. The first one was trunk rotation for mobility. The second was seated rotation, stabilizing the lower body. And then lastly, we did the exercises in standing to practice leading from the top or leading from the bottom. Make sure you're not sliding your foot on the floor, that you actually lift your heel as you come down. If you noticed, I wore sock feet for these drills. I'd recommend starting with sock feet so you can really feel what's going on with your foot on the ground. And if you're wobbling around, you can correct that first. Once this becomes easier, you can then practice this in Tango shoes, whatever heel height you wear. Even if it's a low heel, it's going to feel a little bit different. So then I would repeat exactly the same drills in standing with the Tango shoes on so that you're sure that you have good form and control when it comes to dancing.